I'd show you this real quick. These could go a little longer before we switch them, but if you look, this actual center of the blade is about where my fingernail is. That little tiny bit, if you wear it back to there and turn it over, this side won't last very long. It'll burn right through it. We turn it over when we still got that little bit left to center. This side will cut more acres than this side did. You get, depending on how the year's going, 10 or 20 more acres per set of blades anyway. If you let them go too far, it's hardly worth the labor to turn them over, because you just wear them out too quick. End one's usually the worst one, and yeah, it is a little worse than the rest. The other end probably could go without being turned over and then not change it next time, but you know, we try to change them all together unless something catastrophic happens. Then we usually have a couple of decent used ones to throw on one if, you know, something blows up. Or if something blows up, you usually wiped out most of them anyway, so you end up changing all of them. It sounds like my wife's going to do this for me while I go run the tedder rake and see if I can do some small baling this afternoon. We'll see what happens. It's already too hot. It's over 90. Hey, guess what? Yep, you got it. That's what's behind me. I threw up a video earlier, which was a little bit of yesterday. This is Thursday, by the way, with this thing raking and then me baling that field afterwards. And if you're still watching at this point, you kind of seen a really quickie on the disc mower on when we change the knives or flip them. My wife got that done while I was on another field that's going in small bales, running the tedder rake through it. And I kind of forgot this one was here. I really don't know why. Might not have had anything to do with the fact that this, for some reason, was a very tough cutting piece, which really still makes absolutely no sense. Somehow, I figured out, I was leaving some strips, I figured it out. Somehow crop was getting down over the cutter bar underneath the turtles. I don't have any idea how, but I was just stripping that next single windrow, kind of see a spot. Looks funny because there's a strip that didn't cut. Don't make no sense. It did it off and on here and there. But anyway, see, I totally spaced this one. I don't know why. Maybe because I got absolutely nothing going on. I don't know, that's my excuse. Oh, and then there's my wife texting me, "You okay?" Well, apparently she didn't hear me come in with the one tractor and park it at the end of the machine shed, and then fire up the other tractor that was sitting right there and leave. Now, you know. Anyway, this is kind of a real menagerie in here. It's more or less volunteer junk. There's some walking oats in here. A lot of grass. Looks like there's a strip there that didn't cut. And then there's a pile of dirt. Wonder why that didn't cut. There's nothing back all the way through here. Definitely nothing to do with the gophers, right? Look at that. That cut nice. Right there. Or right there. So anyway, yeah. Got some Canadian thistle out here. The thing I like the most, though, is both those rounds are full of red clover. Not that it's going to make much. I mean, those 2 rounds, they'll be... These 2 actually have some in it, too. There'll probably be about 3 bales out here that will actually have a lot of red clover in it, which is a good thing. And there's red clover kind of scattered through the field. We've had this planted in red before. It's been a few years. And we actually had it back into green a couple of years. And then the red came back, volunteered. So we left it. And then we've been back to green in this ever since. And actually the oats that here is second year volunteer. We didn't plant it last year. Last year was such a messed up year, even what we did plant. I mean, God, almost why did we bother? I probably should have put her in four-wheel drive. I'm spinning. The bad thing about this, you end up on top of the windrows. And this tractor, I mentioned how I was using four-wheel drive when I raked that field yesterday on that hill. When we got it, all the tires were empty. The back tires were brand new, but they weren't loaded. Front tires were pretty well worn. We needed to replace the front rims anyway. And I think we replaced one back rim. It spent too much time on a dairy farm. Shane knows about that. If you don't keep them cleaned up, and if whoever's driving it can't figure out how to not run into concrete curbs all the time when they got a feed box on it, yeah, it gets expensive. But anyway, we put the new fronts on it and we put the new wheels. Look, I'm not even going. That's pretty cool. I look at that one in my camera and I see the other one with my other eye, and it's turning. Like we're sliding down the road, right? Oh, now this one ain't turning. Anyway, we put the new tires on the front. We went ahead and loaded the whole thing down because we were having some issues. Wasn't so bad raking because, hit four-wheel drive, you're all right for a little bit. But pulling manure spreader with a full spreader going down a hill or up the hill, it wasn't happening. So she's loaded. I don't know what she weighs. Don't have a clue. I know what the other tractor and the big baler weigh together. Anybody's wondering, when that's rolling down the road, it's about 40,000 pounds. So, I don't mess with stuff. I don't go off the road for a reason. Because the wreckers don't know how to pick things up sometimes, and even when they do, it's kind of hard to do without damaging them. I really don't want to find out. Oh, by the way, right through those trees is our place. Right over the top of that power pole, you see a little spot of a building? That's the back end or the east end of our big bale barn. Now you can't see it. So it'll give you an idea where you're at. We're literally, we're down here by the road. We're a quarter of a mile. About a quarter of a mile off our south line. And that's probably enough, Gavin. Show you this junk. Everybody says, "Oh, your hay looks good." Well, I don't know. In real life, it really looks like crap in a windrow, especially this piece. Even that last piece I baled, I got a few compliments about how good it looks. It almost always looks better in a bale than it does in a windrow. A lot of times it looks better in a bale than it does before you even cut it. Just the way it is. The baler busts it up and the green's still on the inside and it shows. But I actually thought about baling this one tonight, but I'm not going to because that side over there along the trees where all that red clover is, that doesn't get sun very early in the morning because of those trees. And a couple hours ago the sun quit hitting that. Now we got those things. I don't know what the weather's supposed to do. I have not heard. I haven't had a chance to check either. So anyway, just for the end of the day, give you a heads up in case I don't put a video up tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, I don't know what time, my wife says we are doing a live stream. Number 2's boyfriend is coming in tonight from Georgia, and he'll be here. And we got Ben and Nick and number 2 and Maury will be here. So we're gonna have everybody gonna do a little barbecue just because. Maybe I'll give me a little break. I'll probably get stuck cooking. Who knows? I hope not. And we'll do a live. And I don't know if it's going on yet or not, but Andy Detweiler is going to do a live tonight, he said. And tomorrow is when he has his surgery. So, you know, hey, I've been good at this, asking people for thoughts and prayers. So how about your thoughts and prayers for Andy? He's ready to get it done. He's just a little nervous. That's to be expected. So I texted him this morning, and well, Simon Priest, and he went up to me. He actually called him and talked to him this morning. It's like, really, Simon? That's all right. Anyway, folks, I'm going to guess it'll probably be 5, 6 o'clock our time. So, you know, most of you, it's going to be 7, 8, maybe even 9 when we do our live stream tomorrow night. Might be a little earlier, I don't know. It all depends on how the day goes. So, hey, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. If you like watching a bunch of dust fly, you know where to watch it. Last couple of years have been good for that. Dusty hay and planting in the dust. Usually end up planting in the rain. Oh well. Like I said, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see some of you on Andy's live tonight. Hope to see some of you on our own live tomorrow.